Well, the 49ers recently went out there and signed one of the worst corners in the league, which is Eli Apple. But are the 49ers defense really good, that better, or is it just that bad?
It's football time.
Alrighty, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the All Around Sports Podcast of Sports, everything on this channel. I'm your host, Antonio. Today, we are talking about the 49ers again as they make headlines once again as they have recently signed former cornerback of the Los Angeles Chargers, Eli Apple, who last year had 2 solo tackles, no forced fumbles, no interceptions, and only 1 pass defended. In his career, he has had a total of 6 interceptions in his career, also along with 312 solo tackles. He has not been a great defense. He only had one pass defended last year. For the last 2 years he spent with Cincinnati, he had total of 18 passes defended. But the question is the 49ers defense actually better? Is it really better or not? Let me know in the comments. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do me a favor and smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. For now, let's talk about the 49ers defense. The 49ers, their defense is not better. I've said this on the record. I'm going to say it again. You lost 6 key defensive players. Dre Greenlaw, Patilio Funga, Charvarius Ward, Leonard Floyd, Javon Hargrave, and Malik Collins. And also a solid offensive rotational piece in Aaron Banks. But let me explain why. When I look at their depth charts, their corner room and along with safety room is still not that good. Their secondary was one of the worst secondaries in the league last year. And let's look at their depth. I have their depth chart pulled up. Let's look at their safety room. They have Renardo Green, Malik Mustafa, Jair Brown, and Diamno Lalore as starters. Second string guys are Trey Brown, and a few others that are unnotable because they're nobodies. Then you also have Marquis Single that they drafted, and then also along with Eli Apple, who they just picked up. And then also along with Upton Stout. When I look at this team, they're not better on defense. I have said this on the record. I get Robert Saleh's back, but your defense is still horrid. Your defense was horrible last year, even with the injuries. You go out there and release 6 of those key defensive players for what? To get worse on the offense on the defensive side of the ball. You selected Mykel Williams from Georgia with your pick. And you had other guys available. You had Jalon Walker still available. You had Walter Nolan available. You had even Malachi Starks available and Nick Manware. Why in the world would you select this guy? Jalon Walker, he doesn't fit the scheme, but he's a defensive playmaker. And if he is better in week 1 than Mykel Williams is, that's why I said constantly, if the 49ers don't draft Jalon Walker, they will forever regret it. And let's look at their defensive front. The only 2 guys that we know for certain are good on their front side is Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, and Bryce Huff. That's it. And Bryce Huff right now is listed as the 3rd overall player on the edge rushing side. When I look at this defense, I'm sorry, but they're not better. Their defense was horrible last year. They were one of the worst defenses in the league. Would you release 6 key defensive players who were leaders on that defense and you replace them with these sorry rookies and older veterans? I'm sorry, but that defense is not better. Let's look at the replacement, shall we? Mykel Williams is not better than Leonard Floyd. Let's look at Jordan Elliott. Not better than Javon Hargrave or Malik Collins. Let's look at the linebackers. The linebacker they got to replace him was let me think. Nick Martin. He's not better than Dre Greenlaw. Then you got Marquise Single in the safety room. He's not better than Talil Funga was. And then last but not least, Ronaldo Green. He's not better than Charvarius Ward. And also along with Upton Stout as well. When I look at the 49ers, they did not get better. Their defense is horrendous. And their offensive receiver room is horrible. But I'm going to explain that in another video. They just got Equanimous St. Brown on the offensive side of the ball. A man that has not even eclipsed 1,000 yards once in his career, let alone in his career alone. And let's go to around the table. Jacob Cowing wasn't that great last year. Pearsall came in late last year and was not that great. Jordan Watkins, too early of a pick. Also, you got Isaiah Naylor, not a good player at all. Junior Bergen, the guy from Montana, also along with Marcus Robinson, Russell Gage, Tariq Owens, Isaiah Hodgins, and Braden Wills. This team is not better. I'm so sick and tired of all these people coming out here and saying, oh, their defense is better. Oh, their defense is going to be probably like a top 10 unit in the league. Well, last time I checked, what stats do you have to prove that? What moves do you have to prove that? Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, and Bryce Huff are right now your focal points on the defensive front. Your only good solid corner is Diamino Lenore, and your only solid safety right now is Malik Mustafa, who got trucked by Mahomes last year. And Diamino Lenore, he's facing some charges as well. And if he keeps talking that way about calling Kanon a conehead, he's going to lose week 1. I'm saying that right now. The 49ers, if they keep talking all that smack, they're going to lose week 1. I'm just warning you right now. And when I look at this team, they are not that better. I'm sorry. You can argue with it all you want. But all I see is the same old rusty Niners, the same old defense that'll constantly let them down, and a team that's not built to win a Super Bowl. That is what I see. A Super Bowl is nowhere even near where the Niners stand. They are not anywhere near close to even contention in the top of the NFC. Let me ask this question. Which defense would you rather have? The Eagles defense or the 49ers defense? Not even a debate. It's the Eagles defense. Then let me ask this question. Which defense do you trust more to win games when they matter the most? The Kansas City Chiefs defense or the 49ers defense? Don't even go there. It's not a debate. And then last point here. Which defense do you trust when healthy? The Detroit Lions defense or the Niners defense? Don't even go there. It's not even a debate. The 49ers are not better on defense because they're still, at worst, the 8th best team in the conference. I'm looking at 2 from the NFC East, the entire NFC North, 1 team from the NFC South, and maybe 1 to 2 from the NFC West. That is what I'm looking at. Seattle's still a question mark, but we know the Rams are much better. And also, Eli Apple is the same guy that allowed a game-winning touchdown pass to Cooper Kupp in the Super Bowl, by the way. Like nobody's bringing that up because United fans don't even recall that because you're too busy wanting your team to win Super Bowl. You ain't even paying attention to the Rams. Cooper Kupp torched Eli Apple, torched him. And who did he just go to? The Seahawks. the offensive receiver cores of their division rivals are going to absolutely torch this cornerback room. They are going to leave them in the dust. They're going to burn them up in the ashes because this secondary is not a better team than last year. You let go 6 key defensive players, and for what? Eli Apple, Upton Stout, Marquis Single. I'm sorry, but nope, that defense is not better than it has been in recent years. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think the 49ers defense is better? And if you say it is, you're dead wrong because of all the reasons I just mentioned. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, do me a favor and smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao for now.